I don't care who wins from a point of view. I don't buy into this argument that Messi wins today is the greatest of all time. If he doesn't win today, almost that's in doubt. If you think before this match Messi is the greatest player of all time, don't change that opinion after the game. Just because a ball bounced the wrong way or a referee gave a decision or Mbappe delivered a great moment. Football just shouldn't work like that. And this idea also that, you know, Maradona, Messi, I know that in Argentina, because you've delivered the World Cup for that country, it will mean something. But globally, I don't think people will look at Maradona, Messi, Pele, Cristiano Ronaldo and judge them based on the fact whether they won one football match or didn't win a football match. So for me, I think that sort of thing is a little bit immature, because it feels that, for me, if you think Messi's the greatest player of all time at 3 o'clock today, back home, then you should think that at 5 o'clock if he's lost the game. If he's won the game, if you didn't think he was the best player in the tournament before the game, you should also think that he wasn't the best player in the tournament after it. I don't see why this match defines your opinion as whether somebody's the greatest player of all time or not. So I don't buy into all that. But there is a pressure on both teams. And Mbappe he's the best player in the world at the moment. He's the best player in the world. He's the one that would strike fear into you every time he got the ball. Whereas Messi doesn't do that as much anymore. You know, even when he got away from Guardiola the other night, Guardiola got back at him. It was only the sort of, if you like, the wriggle and the change of direction that did him. And I think France will be better at dealing with that today. So for me, I'd be more worried as a Argentinian defender by Mbappe than I would by a French defender by Messi, in the sense of what they could do to you and how they could make you look. But both of them are special and have delivered. We've got the best two centre forwards in the tournament, Alvarez and Giroud, and we've got the best two match winners and, I suppose, players in the tournament in Messi and Mbappe. Been unbelievable. I think he has been the best player in the tournament in terms of just general overall player. I think that how's he resolve it? Quickly, I think, because it's obviously Messi for him in terms of just generally how he's being portrayed. It looks like a deal that shouldn't happen. I think Barcelona are going to go crazy, aren't they, at some point? You know what I mean? So it's unsavoury. It's an unsavoury part of football. Maybe it's something that needs to be looked at in terms of these triggers in contracts, which means that you can't pick your best team, or you don't pick your best team because of some sort of what we believe financial consequence. But he needs to deal with it quickly. But I think the focus for him is today. And he's done whatever his team have needed at every point in the game for them to win. You know, he played in that right channel against Morocco the other night and delivered success. He then, in the second half, when they were getting outrun and overplayed, dropped back into a three in midfield. When they were desperate after that, he then went back and played deep in his own box, making tackles and headers and other things. He's been unbelievable, Griezmann. And he's a great player. I didn't realise how great he was actually till I played against him in Valencia with Atletico Madrid and saw him playing in real. You know, you see him in real life and you're close to him. You just realise the sharpness of him, the intelligence of him, the weight of the pass. It's a beautiful thing.
Antoine Griezmann has, for me, been the player of the tournament by a stretch. I think as a complete player, as somebody who's been the golden thread of his team, he has been exceptional. We, with this game, talk a lot about Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe, and they are extraordinary players. Messi, the best in the world for as long as we can remember. Mbappe, probably currently the best in the world. But they have played in moments at this World Cup. They've not had spells of dominance and tempo setting and really dictating a game, whereas Griezmann has been all things and everything to France. Remember, he is his country's third all-time top scorer, yet he's not operating as a forward in this World Cup. He's been stationed primarily on the right of midfield, but if you've watched France in this World Cup, he has popped up as a fullback at times, as a centre-back. He's making last-ditch blocks, recovery tackles. He has been immense to watch. That link play between midfield and defence, his ability to put his teammates in the half space, and he's one of the reasons France have been so comfortable both in possession but also allowing opponents to have the ball and looking for the counter, because he can unleash the weapons out wide, Mbappe and Dembele. So as much as I think everyone wants to see a moment of magic from Messi and Mbappe today, keep your eyes on Griezmann. He has had a storming World Cup.